Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Twisdell for lesson 3.7. This is rational numbers and the coordinate plane. You remember when we talked about rational numbers earlier in this chapter, it's any positive or negative number, which includes integers, which are whole numbers like 3, fractions like 2/3, and decimals like 376.24389, blah, 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 blah. Those are rational numbers. And the coordinate plane you've used before. You'll see a picture of it in a minute. So our objective is to plot ordered pairs of rational numbers on a coordinate plane. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here is a coordinate plane. You've probably seen one of these before. But likely when you saw one of these, it did not have negative numbers on it. Okay, I just found my arrow tool and I'm pretty excited about it. You probably saw it where it was just this part up here, with positive numbers going this direction on the bottom, positive numbers on this direction on the top. Well, now, because you're in 6th grade and you're awesome, you have learned negative numbers like -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. You can guess -6, -7, and so on and so forth. Or going down -1, -2, -3, blah, 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 blah. So, you now have a full coordinate plane as opposed to just this top corner that you had in 5th grade and even 4th grade. So now you have access to the whole thing. A couple of things you need to know. At the center is your origin. This is 0, 0. When I say 0, 0, I'm talking about the ordered pair like this one here. This is what I call the address or the location of the point. So for example, this point is at 3, 2. When I find a point, I need to know what my x and y axis are. My x-axis comes across. This is my x-axis. My x-axis is represented by the first digit in my ordered pair. So, the first digit is x. The second digit is my y-axis. It goes up and down. So, my second digit is my y. These numbers could be positive or negative. They could be fractions, decimals, or whole numbers, so they can be integers. So when I'm finding the address, I'm going to first come across. So this one was 3, 2. Whoops, sorry, let me get my laser. 3, 2, so I'd go across 1, 2, 3, and up 1, 2. So that is a very, very brief introduction to the coordinate plane. So let's see what it looks like in a real-world problem. So here's my first example problem. A screen in a video game shows a coordinate plane. So here's my little example over here. The points P, can you see the letters on them? Right here, P, Q, R, and S represent treasure chests. Your goal would be to write the ordered pair for each treasure chest location. So point P, the x-axis, has been done for you. The point P is located at -2. The y-axis, the up or down, the vertical axis, it looks like P, so it's -2, so across and up, 1, 2, 3. So P is located at -2, +3. Now to find Q, remember I'm always going to go across first. So going across, Q is down here, starting at 0, the origin, 1, -1, -2, -3. So that's my x. My y coordinate is going to be, it looks like we're going down here. Oops, sorry. So when I go down, that means negative again. -1, -2, -3. So it's exactly -3, -3. Let's go ahead and find R. You probably are like, oh, I'm starting to catch on, which is awesome. So we start at 0. We're going to come across first. So we're going to the left or the right, so that's going to be positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 2, 3. So my location is 4 because I went to the right, +4. And because I went up, it is also a positive, and that was 3. Now let's find S. S is a little tricky, starting at the origin. So I'm going to go across, but notice that for S, I don't have to go across either direction. I'm just going straight down. That means that S is 0. Sorry, X is located on the 0. And the Y coordinate is how many we go down, which it looks like in this situation, 0, -1, -2. So S would be located at 0, -2, because we didn't have to go across at all. It was just straight on that coordinate. So that is how we find and plot numbers on a coordinate plane. Excuse me. So here is another example that you can do. This is in your Go Math book in lesson 3.7, or you can just draw a coordinate plane into your notebook if you'd rather. So number A, which is the number, letter A, is the instructions are to put these onto the graph. We want to graph 2, so we're going to go over 2, starting at the origin. Oops, we're going to go over 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go down. Sorry, these are I don't know what I'm doing here. It's got like a weird highlighter tool on. Whatever, we'll just create a little line. So over 2 and down 1/2. And then I'll switch to a pen to mark that point. That is point A. Okay, now the reason, if you notice, looking over here, notice 1/2, it's actually 2 blocks down to get to -1, so that's why I did it on a half. Let's try point B. I actually kind of like that highlighter tool. Let's use it again. We'll use yellow. So starting at 0, I need to go across -1/2 and stay on 0. So that's where my answer is right there, because that 0 says don't go up or down. So that is point B. Oops. Yeah, right there. Right there on the x-axis is point B. And last of all, we're going to do C. So C, remember, start at 0. We'll use blue. Starting at 0, I'm going to go across first. Positive 2.5, so I'll go 2.5. And then it looks like we're going positive 3/4. So it's going to be right about there. And I went up because it was positive. And that right there is point C. And that is how you plot these numbers onto an ordered or coordinate grid. Okay, math thoughts. I want you to explain this to me onto the Chromebook. Explain why 2/4 represents a different location or spot than 4/2. Go ahead and explain that on your Chromebook. Okay, here's your first try it problem. I want you to go ahead and graph the ordered pair for each point. Remember, X is going across and Y is going up and down. So go ahead and graph those for A, B, C, D, all the way through J. This will take you quite a bit of time. I don't expect you to do this well. You might do it kind of quickly, but it should take you at least 4 minutes, okay? So go ahead and do that now. All right, so I'm going to do this one with you. So A, I'm going to go across, starting at 0, go across, and it looks like A is right here. Oops, sorry. Here's A right here. So I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to go across first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go up. So let me mark X is 4. And then up. Switch back to the laser. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like A is at +4, +4. Let's go to B. Here's B over here in this corner. Start at 0, go across, -1, -2, -3, -4, up 1, 2, 3. So I went across first to -4 and then went up to +3. Okay, C. Where's C? Where's C? Here it is. Okay, starting at 0, -1, -2, -3, up to 1. So -3, +1. Let's try another one. D. Here's D. So start at 0. Go across first. -1, -2. And then, where was I? -2. And go down. So again, negative. -1, -2, -3. E. Let's find E. Oh, there it is. So E looks like we're going to start at 0. We're going to go across to the right, so it'll be positive. +1, 2, 3, 4, +5. Switch colors again so it doesn't get confusing. And then from +5, we're going to go down. -1, -2, -3. I wrote these kind of close together. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's find F. Oh, F is when we're going to start to get into rational numbers. Notice it's between 2 and 3, so it'll give us a rational number. So let's start at 0. So starting at 0, we go 1, +1, +2.5. I wonder if I can spread these out a little bit. Kind of. It might give me a little more room to write. Okay. +2.5. Oops. Sorry. And looks like +2.5. And then we didn't go up or down. So when we don't go up or down, remember you just put a 0 to hold that place. You don't want to leave it blank because that would be extremely confusing. So just put a 0. Okay, G. Here's G in the bottom corner. So starting at 0, across first, -1, -2, -3, -4. Let's add that. -4. And then coming down, so again, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay, let's try GH. Starting at 0, here's H. So it looks like we're not going to go across at all. So if we're not going across, it's going to be a 0 in the x coordinate. And then from there, we're going to go up. So that's going to give us a positive number, 1, 2, 3.5. And you can do 3.5 or a fraction. Either way is fine. Ooh, that was supposed to be a decimal, guys. That was embarrassing. Okay, I. See, look, it took me more than 4 minutes. It's crazy. I. Where's I? Oh, I don't even see I. Is there an I on here? H, I. I see a J. Okay, I guess there's no I. Okay, I guess we're going to go straight to J because unless I'm blind, I can't see an I. That's so bizarre. Let's go J. So J is right here. Going across, it's going to be half, +1/2. Going up, it's going to be +1/2. Still thrown off by the whole no I thing. That's so weird. So 1/2, 1/2. All right. And that is how to find those coordinate grid points. Last problem. So many of the streets in downtown Philadelphia, this is in your Go Math book if you want to find it, or you can just draw it, can be modeled by a coordinate plane as shown on the map. Each unit on the map represents one block. Use this map for problem 33 and 34. We're just doing 33 today. So here's our little map. Here it tells us what building is located on each letter. So for example, H is the Historical Society. City Hall is C, which is at the 00 at the origin. So Anita works at the Historical Society. Oh, look at that. And she's right here. She leaves the building and walks 3 blocks north to a restaurant. What ordered pair represents the restaurant? So I want you to go ahead and try this one on your own. Okay, so let me see how I would solve this if I were you. So I would start Anita at the Historical Society, which is +5 or -5, +4. Now, if Anita walks 3 blocks north, she's going to go up. So 3 blocks north would put her 1. Let's see if I can get a brighter marker here. 1, 2, 3. So there's, sorry, you missed the 1. So it looks like she would stay at -5, but her 4 would go up 5, 6, and 7. So the ordered pair would be located at -5, 7. All right, that's all of our lesson for today. I hope you guys have an excellent day of learning.